I'm speaking with Tom Dube, current Wakefield Planning Board Chairman, and Tom would like to extend his term another time around.
Yep.
Tom, for the folks that don't know you, I mean, we can watch you on the videos of all the planning board meetings, and you do a great job there. Can you tell us a little bit about your background and a little bit about yourself?
Yeah, I'm a contractor, a small developer, but I've worked for a contractor and developer all my life, and been on my own in my own business since 1990. I live here in Wakefield for the last 15 years with my wonderful wife, Susie Hayes, and I'm very blessed and lucky to be part of this community, and I really love this community. I got to use a lot of my skills here in the community since I've gotten here. One of them, which was supplying or doing all the excavation work for the food pantry and for all kinds of other people that come in front of us at the planning board, trying to help them out, help them educate them, and help our town, get through any situation when it comes to the planning board as far as zoning goes and any kind of regulations for site plan or subdivision regulations.
So it sounds like you get kind of a unique perspective because as a planning board member, you're on kind of one side of the equation.
Yep.
But as a developer, you're on the, you deal with these zoning regulations on a daily basis probably in other towns and maybe here, I don't know. But how does that help you because you've got the other perspective of it? How does that help you as far as being a planning board person?
Well, I think how it helps me with my experience, which I've done it all my life. Part of my business is an excavation business, and we do a lot of subdivisions which got approved by planning boards in a lot of towns on the seacoast in southern New Hampshire. And a lot of those zoning regulations I get to know, and I know how to do all the special things that the state wants now and towns want as far as BMPs, which are, best management practices for drainage, for water, and it's all about, here in our town, protecting our lakes and our water and our streams. And I think I'm able to help educate the other planning board members on exactly how those things work and make sure that they're on a plan, because sometimes, you just put a flat piece of paper on a table, it's hard to really envision what it is. And I can, with my education and everything that I've done in the past, I can help educate everybody, whether it be planning board members or even some people that are just out in the audience. And some abutters and things. So.
Right, and for people that come before the planning board, sometimes it can seem somewhat of a daunting task because of the procedures you have to go through. But you kind of relate to them because you've sat in that seat.
Absolutely, and nothing's easy, and we have a lot of regulations. Every town has a lot of regulations, and some regulations don't fit certain things. People are, come before us. So we like to have, some conceptual reviews where we can help educate the public and tell them what they can do, what they can't do, non-binding type of a meeting, a consult type of thing, and we can give them our ideas and things. And I think our planning board and our code enforcement representative Victor Vanagro does a great job getting people in front of us so we can help everybody in town, kind of let them know some of the rules and help them out with some of the rules. And I know they do a great job downstairs trying to get people the information they need to be able to get in, because it's tough to go in front of the planning board, and you got to put out a lot of money to get in front of the planning board to notify all the abutters, all kinds of things, and then not know what you want or how you can do it or read the zoning book and figure it all out. If you hire a professional, then it's a little easier for you, but you spend a lot of money, so it's tough.
Yeah.
Nothing's easy.
Now you have some experience in other areas of the state too.
Absolutely.
And I wanted to ask you this question. I mean, from your perspective as a developer, even, how are we you know, how to, in terms of restrictiveness or leniency or whatever, I mean, are we right in the where we should be, do you feel? I mean, as far as our zoning regulations?
Absolutely, I think we are. And you always need to fix a few little things here or there, but zoning has grown since the early 80s. And in 86, 84, 86, we adopted them here in Wakefield. And they're pretty much copying everybody. So now every time there's a new regulations, people are copying other towns that have them. So there's a lot of, a lot of symmetry between most of the towns. Now, with that being said, I think some of our zoning is very restrictive in some areas, and others it's, I think pretty reasonable. But for the most part, I think our zoning fits our town pretty well. We have a lot of land in town, so, we have some spots where we have larger lots and some spots where we have some smaller lots. So they don't all make sense, but there's been good, hard-working town fathers that have put a lot of these laws into place. And sometimes we try to change them, and sometimes we just don't quite look at all the history, but we try. And I think I've been around the planning board the most or the longest out of anybody on the planning board. And so I try to keep that balance of, why are we trying to change something and why are we not trying to change something? So, but I think to answer your question as far as, I think we're right in line, I think, with most towns in New Hampshire.
Yeah. And it seems like that, you've been on the board, like every year we vote on some changes, so you're always open to looking at the regulations, you as the chairman and the board, about trying to fix anything that you feel is maybe needs a little bit of tweaking. And we vote on that every year. There's something that you do, so you're proactively involved.
Yes.
In trying to keep it correct.
Right. There's always something coming up that's new. Like, not last year, for instance, solar panels. We put a solar panel ordinance in place. Is it perfect? No, but we're working it and seeing how it works, and we may have to tweak it and change it a little bit when more people come in to start, doing so with solar. But we're open to anything. The planning board is open to anything anybody brings in. We're going to listen. We're going to talk. We like to keep an open mind. We'd like to keep, the people in town informed and let them know that we're not here to judge anybody. We're here to try to bring everybody in this community together and work it. Yeah. And I hope that since I've been on the board, the last 9 years, and before that I'd been on the board for 9, but before that I was an alternate for another 3. So, I've been around a long time, and we just try as a board to, keep some harmony in town, by listening to everybody. Yeah. And we're very fortunate to have a good board. And I think we have a good balance on the board. We got somebody from AWR on the board. We got some reasonable people on that care and think about everything that people bring in. And if it meets the zoning, it's gonna fly through. If it doesn't meet the zoning, I think we educate them well that, hey, you gotta go get a variance, or you gotta do this, or, talk to this one. We try to educate and help the people get through the process.
Okay. Well, we got about a minute left, and I did want to ask you, you've been on the board for a while.
Yeah.
Do you see any future challenges or things that we're going to be, bridges we're going to be crossing fairly soon as far as challenges in this area?
Well, bridges are wicked expensive.
Yeah.
As we know.
Well, maybe not a good term to use, but I mean, challenges in the zoning.
I really don't see any. Economically, there was a time where, 10 years ago, we were giving out close to 100 building permits a year for new homes. We haven't been near that number, so I don't think growth in town is gonna, cause us to have to panic with any situations. I would like to see, some more, over 55 projects, or maybe even, something like, Branch River, you know, something for our elderly to be able to have, you know, make it a little easier maybe for a builder or a developer to get some places like that around for all the baby boomers. But other than that, you know, I think we're in great shape, Jim.
Well, I thank you for coming in and getting us to know some of your experience, and good luck in the election on March 12th.
Thank you very much.